If you are over 60, your diet matters more than ever. In this video, we will explore 3 types of vegetables that may be silently harming your body, and the better choices you should eat instead. Have you ever felt your legs growing weaker for no clear reason? Some days, just getting up from a chair makes you tired, or every step feels heavy, accompanied by cramps, numbness, or a sense that your legs are no longer as steady as before. Many people assume that this is just a normal part of aging, that weak muscles, joint pain, or leg fatigue are inevitable after 60. But the truth is, a large part of the cause lies in what you eat every day, especially vegetables. There are vegetables that seem harmless, even considered healthy, yet silently trigger inflammation in the body, affect the musculoskeletal system, weaken leg muscles, cause imbalance, and increase the risk of falling. On the other hand, there are also vegetables that serve as silent companions, helping you fight aging, reduce pain, improve circulation, and restore strength to your legs. In today's video, I will share 4 types of vegetables you should absolutely eat after 60, and 4 types you may want to remove or limit, based on studies published by reputable health institutions like Harvard, the University of Madrid, and the Arthritis Foundation. If you are looking for a natural way to ease leg pain, move better, and feel more confident in every step you take, then don't miss a second of the content coming up. Stay with us until the end, because what follows may be just what you need to keep your legs strong on the journey of aging. 1. Asparagus. After the age of 60, every step is more than just a movement. It becomes a reflection of your health, independence, and overall quality of life. That's why choosing the right foods, especially vegetables, is extremely important. Asparagus is one of those vegetables you should not overlook. You may have seen asparagus in restaurant dishes or clean vegetable aisles, but few know that this humble vegetable is a small but powerful key to improving circulation, reducing inflammation, and restoring muscle strength, especially in the legs. Asparagus is rich in folate, vitamin E, choline, and natural antioxidants. In particular, choline plays a vital role in maintaining neuromuscular function, which means it helps signals from the brain reach your legs in a flexible and accurate manner. This is especially important for older adults, as the nervous system weakens over time, reducing coordination and increasing the risk of imbalance or falls. Additionally, asparagus has a natural diuretic effect, helping the body eliminate excess water that tends to accumulate in the ankles, calves, and knees areas that often feel heavy and swollen in seniors. Reducing this fluid retention also relieves pressure on the joints and muscles, helping your legs feel lighter and more comfortable when you move. A study from the Department of Nutrition at the University of Navarra in Spain found that seniors who included asparagus in their diet at least 3 times a week had blood CRP levels, a marker of inflammation, up to 28% lower than those who did not consume it. This indicates that asparagus helps soothe chronic inflammation commonly seen in the knees, ankles, and connective tissues of older adults. Furthermore, the flavonoids in asparagus, such as quercetin, have strong antioxidant properties that help protect blood vessels and increase blood flow to the lower limbs. This can help reduce numbness and alleviate slow circulation that leads to nighttime leg cramps, a very common condition among older people. Using asparagus is simple yet effective. You can lightly steam it for 3 to 4 minutes, then drizzle a small spoonful of olive oil and add a few slices of minced garlic to enhance both flavor and anti-inflammatory effects. If you have an air fryer, you can lightly roast the asparagus at a moderate temperature for about 7 to 10 minutes to retain its crispness and nutrients. A cooked portion of about 100 grams of asparagus provides around 60 micrograms of folate and nearly 20% of your daily vitamin K needs, which is very beneficial for bone health. For those taking blood thinners, remember to consult your doctor if you plan to eat asparagus regularly, as vitamin K may affect the medication's effectiveness. If you have ever experienced swollen legs, numbness, or heaviness when walking, asparagus may be a small change that brings a big impact. Try adding asparagus to your dinner a few times a week and observe how your legs feel after a few days. Perhaps this small adjustment will open the door to a lighter, more flexible, and more confident daily life. 2. Pumpkin. If asparagus is your quiet companion that helps reduce swelling and boost blood circulation, then pumpkin is your gentle protector for the joints, eyes, and skin, especially when your body begins to face the noticeable signs of aging. With its golden color, few would expect that pumpkin holds powerful antioxidant properties, mainly thanks to beta-carotene, a natural form of provitamin A that the body converts into active vitamin A after consumption. Vitamin A is extremely important for older adults because it helps protect mucous membranes, keeps the eyes from drying out, sharpens vision, and reduces the risk of macular degeneration, the most common cause of blindness in people over 60. But it doesn't stop at the eyes. Vitamin A also plays a vital role in regulating immune responses and fighting internal inflammation in the joints, muscles, and connective tissues. That's why many people who regularly eat pumpkin say their knees feel lighter, their toes move more freely, and their bodies feel less fatigued when they walk. Besides beta-carotene, pumpkin is also a good source of vitamin C and vitamin E, both of which neutralize free radicals that damage cartilage and bone tissue, thereby slowing down the aging process of joints and bones, in particular. The fiber in pumpkin supports digestion and reduces chronic constipation, a common problem among seniors. This, in turn, eases pressure on the abdominal and leg veins, indirectly improving circulation in the lower limbs. A study from Tufts University in the United States showed that people who consumed beta-carotene-rich foods like pumpkin 3 to 4 times a week had significantly lower levels of inflammation and nearly 30% lower risk of hip fractures compared to those who did not. Pumpkin is easy to prepare and highly versatile. You can steam it and mash it into a soup, or cook it into a light broth with a bit of fresh ginger to warm the body during cold weather. If you enjoy its rich, nutty flavor, you can cut it into pieces and roast it with a little olive oil and a sprinkle of cinnamon. This makes for not only a delicious dish, but also a perfect combination of anti-inflammatory nutrients and digestion-supporting spices. A portion of about 150 grams of cooked pumpkin provides more than 200% of your daily vitamin A needs, and about 5 grams of fiber to nourish your gut and soothe internal inflammation. Don't let pumpkin's cheerful color and mild sweetness fool you into thinking it's just a tasty vegetable. For seniors, pumpkin is a natural, gentle, yet resilient medicine that keeps your joints flexible, your skin glowing, and your eyes clear enough to see each step on your journey toward healthy. Independent living. 3. Beetroot. Some vegetables are quiet and unassuming at the dinner table, yet they carry the power to restore vitality from within. Beetroot, also known as red beet, is a prime example. Its deep reddish-purple color is not only beautiful, but also a sign that it contains a high amount of natural nitrates, a golden key to boosting blood circulation and improving muscle function, which is especially important for people over 60. When you eat beetroot, the nitrates in it are converted into nitric oxide inside your body. Nitric oxide works like a master key for your blood vessels, helping them relax and widen. This improves circulation and delivers oxygen and nutrients throughout your body, especially to your legs, thighs, and feet areas that often suffer from poor blood flow in older adults. Thanks to this mechanism, you may notice your limbs feel warmer, numbness decreases, nighttime leg cramps become less frequent, and each step feels more stable and energized. But beetroot doesn't stop at improving circulation. It's also rich in iron, folate, and the antioxidant betanin, which help prevent anemia, reduce oxidative stress, and protect muscle cells from damage. A study by the Harvard Institute of Nutrition found that older adults who consumed beetroot 2 to 3 times a week experienced noticeable improvements in mobility, muscle endurance, and recovery speed after physical activity. For those who often feel tired without doing much, or experience mental sluggishness after meals, beetroot is seen as an effective energy booster without the need for caffeine or supplements. Another amazing benefit of beetroot is its ability to support liver function, a key organ in filtering toxins and processing nutrients that nourish your muscles. When the liver is working well, your entire circulatory and musculoskeletal system benefits in a positive way. So, even a small vegetable like beetroot can have a wide-reaching impact on your overall health. You can boil beetroot, slice it, and eat it as a simple salad with a bit of lemon juice and olive oil, if you prefer drinking juice. Try blending beetroot with carrots and a small apple to create a smoothie packed with energy and great for your brain and muscle stamina. A serving of about 100 grams of cooked beetroot provides nearly 20% of your daily folate needs and 15% of your manganese requirement, a vital mineral for energy metabolism and muscles. For those taking blood pressure or diuretic medications, it's a good idea to monitor your blood pressure if you use beetroot regularly, and talk to your doctor to make appropriate adjustments. If you often feel cold in your limbs, soreness when the weather changes, or weakness in your legs during long walks, beetroot may be a simple but surprisingly effective solution. There's no need for expensive circulation-enhancing drugs. Sometimes, just adding the right vegetable to your meal can noticeably improve your sense of lightness and energy each day. For kale, after discussing asparagus, pumpkin, and beetroot as 3 foundational supports for movement, inflammation reduction, and better circulation, we cannot forget a familiar name that is often underrated in daily meals: kale. This dark green leafy vegetable is considered one of the superfoods highly recommended by international nutrition experts, especially for those over 60 because of the dense nutrition it offers in just a small serving. Kale contains an extremely high amount of vitamin K, more than 600 micrograms in just 1 cup of raw kale, which is over 500% of your daily requirement. This vitamin plays a key role in maintaining strong bone density, supporting calcium mineralization, and reducing the risk of hip fractures, one of the biggest dangers for seniors after a fall. In addition, kale is rich in vitamin C and manganese, which help the body produce collagen, regenerate connective tissues in the joints, and keep ligaments around the knees, ankles, and hips flexible and strong. Interestingly, kale also offers clear benefits for muscle health by regulating oxidative stress. Free radicals are a major cause of muscle, joint, and soft tissue damage, especially after 60 when the body's natural defenses weaken. Thanks to the flavonoids in kale, such as camphorol and quercetin, silent inflammation in the knees, ankles, and hips can be soothed, significantly reducing the pain that often follows physical activity or standing for long periods. A study from McMaster University in Canada showed that older adults who added kale to their meals 3 times per week for 8 weeks experienced improvement in basic movements like standing up from a chair and walking upstairs, everyday tasks that often become challenging with age. Not only that, kale also helps regulate blood sugar and fight muscle loss due to aging, with its high fiber content and low glycemic index. Kale keeps insulin levels stable, which in turn helps protect muscle from being broken down due to metabolic imbalances for those at risk of diabetes or currently in treatment. This vegetable is especially worth adding to your diet. Additionally, kale contains small but valuable amounts of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, a natural anti-inflammatory that helps protect peripheral nerves, improving coordination between your brain and limbs. The best way to consume kale is to eat it raw or lightly sautéed, if the taste seems too bitter. Try gently massaging the leaves with a few drops of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar for a few minutes to soften them and reduce the sharp flavor. You can also blend kale into smoothies with banana, apple, and nut milk to create a refreshing and nutritious green drink. For those with sensitive digestion, lightly steaming kale for 1 to 2 minutes can reduce discomfort while preserving its nutrients. Just a bowl of kale a few times per week is a simple step with powerful impact on your bones, joints, muscles, and immune system. Don't let age diminish your ability to make smart choices. Let kale become a familiar part of your healthy eating journey and a way to proactively protect the strength of your legs, your most loyal companions, through life's long road. While choosing the right vegetables can bring flexibility, recovery, and relief to your legs, eating the wrong ones may silently lead to stiff joints, weaker muscles, and a heavier, more sluggish feeling in your movements day by day. 1. AGG plant. You may already be familiar with eggplant grilled with scallion oil, stewed with meat, or stir-fried. It's soft, sweet, and easy to eat. But after the age of 60, eggplant may no longer be the ideal choice for your joint and bone health. Eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, along with potatoes, tomatoes, and bell peppers. These plants contain a natural compound called solanine in nature. Solanine helps protect the plant from pests, but in humans, especially those with sensitive bodies or joint conditions, it can trigger inflammation when consumed frequently. In younger people, solanine may not cause clear problems, but in seniors, when the immune system weakens and the body's ability to eliminate toxins slows down, solanine can initiate a low-grade but persistent inflammatory response in soft tissues, especially around the knees, ankles, and thighs. A study at Tufts University Hospital in Spain found that up to 38% of arthritis patients reported worsened joint pain and stiffness just a few days after eating eggplant or other nightshades like raw tomatoes and white potatoes. This does not mean that eggplant is poisonous, but if you experience ongoing knee pain, aching calves, or negative body reactions after meals with eggplant, it may be a signal worth paying attention to. The impact of solanine does not stop at the joints. It can also interfere with nerve transmission, slowing muscle reflexes and causing sensations of fatigue, heaviness, or weakness in the legs. What many assume to be simple signs of aging may in fact be the body warning of a mild but ongoing inflammatory reaction in such cases. Removing eggplant from your diet for 2 weeks is a simple way to test your body's response. Many people who have tried this notice their joint pain easing, leg soreness decreasing, and movement becoming lighter. Of course, not everyone needs to completely eliminate eggplant, but if you have ever felt heavy, achy knees, or stiff ankles after eating a dish with eggplant, consider replacing it with more gentle vegetables like pumpkin, asparagus, or zucchini. These alternatives not only avoid triggering inflammation, but also offer nutrients that support bones and soft tissues. And if you still wanted to keep eggplant in your meals, reduce the frequency, eat small portions, and always cook it thoroughly by roasting or steaming instead of frying or stewing in oil. Choosing the right food, especially after the age of 60, is no longer just a matter of taste. It's how you talk to your body every day. Let your meals become an act of kindness toward your legs and the precious movements that keep you going in life. 2. Raw tomato. If eggplant is one of the vegetables that can quietly trigger inflammation in older adults, then raw tomato is another special case. Its harmless appearance often leads many people to overlook its effects. Tomatoes are a common ingredient in everyday meals. They may appear in salads, sandwiches, or simply be eaten raw with salt as a refreshing side dish. But few people know that for those over 60, regularly eating raw tomatoes can bring several unwanted effects, particularly for the digestive system and the joints, like eggplant. Tomatoes also belong to the nightshade family and contain solanine, a natural compound that can cause inflammation in soft tissues and joints if the body does not tolerate it well. However, a more concerning issue with raw tomatoes lies in their high acidity. As people age, stomach acid production tends to decline, and the digestive system becomes more sensitive. Introducing a highly acidic food like raw tomatoes can increase the risk of acid reflux, heartburn, bloating, and digestive discomfort. These symptoms are often overlooked or mistaken for normal signs of aging, but in reality, they may be caused by this common vegetable. A study at Tufts University in the United States reported that older adults who regularly consumed raw tomatoes had a 35% higher risk of stomach lining irritation compared to those who ate cooked tomatoes. For people with a history of arthritis or muscle inflammation, the combination of solanine and natural acids can lead to widespread inflammation in small joints like toes, ankles, or fingers, making movement more difficult and less flexible. Another lesser-known factor is lectin, a natural protein found in large amounts in raw tomatoes. Lectin can interfere with nutrient absorption in the small intestine, increase intestinal permeability, and lead to a condition known as leaky gut. This contributes to systemic inflammation, persistent fatigue, and a weakened immune system in older adults. As the body gradually weakens with age, these inflammatory triggers become a hidden burden that may leave you feeling exhausted, weak in the limbs, or mentally foggy. However, this doesn't mean you must completely give up tomatoes. When tomatoes are cooked, especially at high temperatures, their solanine and acidity levels are significantly reduced. Moreover, Cooking helps release lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that protects the heart and slows cellular aging. Therefore, if you enjoy tomatoes, prioritize eating them in cooked forms such as tomato sauce, tomato-based soups, or stewed dishes with eggs or vegetables, instead of eating them raw. If you experience mild joint pain, bloating, or indigestion after eating a salad with raw tomatoes, don't rush to blame your age. Try removing raw tomatoes from your diet for a few weeks and replace them with cooked root vegetables like steamed carrots, roasted pumpkin, or lightly sautéed spinach. This simple change may be the key to helping you feel lighter, more comfortable, and more at ease within your own body. 3. White radish. White radish is often considered a refreshing, easy to digest, and light vegetable, from bone broth soups to pickled radish or radish juice. This root vegetable has become an essential part of many traditional dishes. However, for older adults, white radish, especially when eaten raw or undercooked, can sometimes be the reason the body feels weaker. Digestion becomes unstable, and unexpected muscle cramps or joint pain occur. White radish has a naturally cooling property in traditional Eastern medicine. This cooling nature means it tends to lower body temperature and can easily lead to bloating or digestive issues, especially for those with a cold constitution. This includes people who often have cold hands and feet, weak digestion, frequent diarrhea, or fatigue when the weather changes, conditions commonly seen in people over 60 as the digestive and temperature-regulating systems start to decline. Eating too much raw white radish or consuming it at night, when the body is already more vulnerable and the environment cooler, may cause seniors to feel cold in the stomach, have trembling limbs, or wake up in the morning feeling drained and exhausted. The effect doesn't stop at feeling cold. White radish also contains natural oxalates compounds that can crystallize into stones if they build up in the kidneys or bladder over time. Seniors are already at higher risk of urinary stones due to drinking less water and reduced kidney function. Regularly consuming white radish without proper hydration or mineral balance may increase the risk of stone formation, leading to back pain, burning urination, or persistent fatigue. Additionally, during digestion, certain sulfur compounds in white radish can ferment in the colon, producing gas and causing bloating. For older adults with slower digestion, this trapped gas may build up and create pressure in the abdomen and hips, indirectly affecting mobility. Many seniors have complained about feeling heavy-legged or sluggish after meals that seemed light, such as a simple radish soup. That said, white radish is not entirely bad when used correctly, when thoroughly cooked, especially with warming spices like ginger, pepper, or scallions. Its cooling property can be somewhat neutralized, making it easier to digest and less likely to cause irritation. A bowl of white radish soup cooked with lean ground meat and ginger, eaten at noon on a chilly day, can still be a nourishing dish as long as the person eating it does not have signs of cold stomach or weak digestion. If you frequently feel cold in your limbs, urinate often at night, or experience early morning muscle cramps after eating dishes with white radish, your body may be reacting to the deep cooling nature of this vegetable. In that case, try replacing radish with warming root vegetables such as carrots, pumpkin, or boiled sweet potatoes. These alternatives are not only gentle on the stomach, but also provide sustained energy, warming the body from within and reducing strain on the digestive system. Sometimes, the feelings of heaviness, slow movements, or restless sleep are not simply due to age, but rather the buildup of small, repeated choices made each day. And white radish, though it may seem mild and harmless, could be part of the problem if we don't fully understand what our bodies truly need. 4. Green bell pepper. Among the colorful vegetables often found in stir-fries or salads, green bell pepper is a popular choice because it's inexpensive, easy to find, crisp, and has a distinct slightly bitter taste. But few people realize that this vegetable can cause unexpected effects for older adults, especially those with sensitive digestive systems, chronic joint and muscle discomfort, or a sense of heaviness in their limbs without a clear cause. Green bell pepper, like eggplant and tomato, belongs to the nightshade family, a group of plants known to contain compounds such as lectins and solanine. Lectin is a plant-based protein that can irritate the intestinal lining, reduce nutrient absorption, and disrupt digestive function if consumed regularly. In younger people, the body is strong enough to neutralize and eliminate lectins, but after 60 digestion slows down, the intestinal lining becomes thinner and more fragile, giving lectins a chance to enter the bloodstream, trigger inflammatory responses, and cause a series of symptoms like fatigue, bloating, gas, and indigestion after meals. A study conducted by the University of Navarra found that people over 60 who ate green bell pepper 3 or more times per week experienced higher rates of symptoms like mild abdominal pain, digestive disturbances, muscle cramps, and numbness in the legs compared to those who did not eat it. The reason is that lectins not only cause inflammation in the gut, but also affect peripheral circulation, reducing blood flow to the limbs and leading to a cold sensation or numbness in the toes. Many people mistakenly blame these symptoms on diabetes or aging. In addition to lectins, green bell pepper has a relatively high acid content compared to its red or yellow counterparts. This makes it more likely to cause acid reflux or damage the stomach lining, especially when eaten raw or stir-fried at high heat with oil. For seniors with a history of gastritis, reflux, or irritable bowel syndrome, green bell pepper can be a hidden trigger that prolongs digestive discomfort without a clear explanation. However, not all bell peppers are harmful. When green peppers ripen and turn red or yellow, their chemical structure changes. The amount of lectins decreases significantly, while vitamin C and antioxidants such as beta-carotene increase several times. Red and yellow bell peppers are therefore not only less irritating, but also support the immune system, reduce inflammation, and improve blood circulation. So, if you enjoy colorful dishes or often use bell peppers to enhance the flavor of stir-fries, roasts, or salads, consider replacing green bell peppers with red or yellow ones. These are easier to digest and leave you feeling lighter, more refreshed, and help your body absorb nutrients without suffering from the hidden inflammatory effects that can gradually weaken your legs. A small change in your choice of ingredients can make a big difference in how you feel after a meal. If you've ever felt digestive discomfort, heavy legs, or fatigue after eating green bell peppers, your body may be sending you a signal to try a gentler, more reasonable option, something you can only recognize through careful observation and thoughtful adjustment. After everything we've just shared, perhaps you're beginning to see the familiar vegetables on your plate in a different light. They're not just side dishes or decorations on your plate. They are silent forces that influence your strength, your flexibility, and your overall quality of life every single day. Every vegetable you put into your body sends a message. It either nourishes you or quietly triggers reactions that leave you feeling weaker without you even knowing why. Asparagus, pumpkin, beetroot, and kale are nature's gentle gifts, subtle yet powerful, that help improve circulation, reduce inflammation, support bones and joints, and preserve the flexibility of your legs. On the other hand, eggplant, raw tomato, white radish, and green bell pepper, while not immediately harmful, can become barriers to your well-being if consumed repeatedly over time. They can lead to fatigue, numbness, joint pain, and a decline in vitality without clear explanation. But the most beautiful part of all this is you still have time to make a change. No one expects you to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. The journey toward better health doesn't begin with grand decisions. It starts with small, thoughtful actions. Maybe it's choosing steamed pumpkin instead of stewed eggplant for lunch. Maybe it's swapping raw tomato salad for a lightly sautéed kale dish. Or maybe it's something even simpler, listening to your body a little more closely each day. Start by changing one dish this week. You don't need to remember every detail. Just remember this: your legs, the very foundation that supports your entire body, are also the mirror of how you nourish yourself from the inside. When you treat them well, they will give back to you the strength, balance, and confidence to move forward in life, not with a cane or a wheelchair, but with your own 2 feet. If today's video helped you realize something useful for yourself, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so we can continue walking this journey together in future videos. Please share in the comments below which of these vegetables you've eaten regularly and what changes you plan to make starting this week. I'm always here to listen to your story, not as an expert, but as a friend walking beside you, wishing you strength, peace, and full control over the challenges you face. See you again in the next video.